had no idea that the Hall of Fame was waiting for me. Part of the greatest thing that's ever happened in my lifetime and in a lot of people's lifetime. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Johnny Bench.
You know, it's been 40 years since a Big Red Machine of '76.
It swept the Yankees.
Yeah. Does it seem like 40 to you, or seem like 140?
No, I mean, every time you put the uniform on, you're a young kid again. You know, you're all the way back in there. And of course, for me, I would catch a game and then the game was over and then I forgot about it and I went to the next game. So guys can still remember. One reason I like being here so much is that they start the stories again. Yeah. And I said, oh, that's right. And, they bring back those memories of what it was like and what it was meant to be. Individual honors are really great. They're the best in the world. I mean, but there was nothing I experienced like walking into the clubhouse in '75. You were there those 2 years we won, as I recall.
That's true.
That's true. The glue. And but when I walked in that locker room in '75 in Fenway Park, and I saw 25 players were world champion. The owners, the coaches, the managers, the equipment men, and all the fans were all world champions, and we all.
My father got me into catching. I was about 5 years old, I guess, when I first realized what baseball really was and what my ambitions were in life. My father thought that catching was the quickest way to the big leagues, and he thought that that's what the big leagues needed. And as a result, I had a reputation as a catcher all my life because I started out as a catcher when I was 6 years old in Little League.
National League base runners would have been a lot happier if Johnny had chosen another position, because he sure mastered this one. He revolutionized one-handed catching to protect his throwing hand. Throwing was Bench's forte. He had an arm like a howitzer. See what I mean?
I always took care of my arm. In minor leagues, though, I'd love to show it off. I could stay on the home plate and throw it over the left field fence and on a line, and that was just something I was blessed with. My big hands helped probably in controlling the ball and being able to grab it and get it out of the mitt. I worked on my transfer, I worked on getting quick feet, quick hands, and then I just took the style that worked best for me and sort of molded it into what soon was to be my major league style.
From pitchers to catchers, as the all-century team continues.
If you have to pick at every position one great one, Bench is the greatest catcher that ever lived and ever will live.
For Johnny Bench, greatness was evident in his very first season. All-Star selection, Rookie of the Year. 2 MVP awards would follow, along with a reputation for all-round brilliance.
He was just so smart. I mean, he could sit on the bench with me, and he said, "Did you see that?" And I said, "No, I didn't see that." He could pick things out from a pitcher, just like that.
No, sit over here with Jonathan. Sit over here, Jonathan. He's smart.
Smart enough to revolutionize the way his position was played by keeping his right hand safely behind his back.
He had big, strong hands. I mean, he could use his catcher's glove like you use a first baseman's glove, and no other catcher could do that.
Well, I learned to do things and how to sweep tag and do things that nobody else had been able to do because they'd always been two-handed catchers, and they'd take that brown glove and they'd stick it down there. And I learned to catch the way Johnny Bench could catch.
I thought Johnny had the best arm of any catcher that I've seen because of the way he threw the ball, and I think it came across his right ear, very truly.
Here we go. Bench's throw right on the money. Look at that kid throw.
As great as Bench was behind the plate, he also had more than 2,000 hits, almost 400 home runs, and a knack for coming through in the clutch.
Calling the game, it's very demanding physically, and then he would come up in the 9th inning and just happen to hit that home run to beat you.
And a pitch to Bench, change into the air to deep right field, back goes to Vickie, it's a save, he's done!
in a century of catchers. One man stands alone.
Nobody reminds me of Johnny Bench. And I say it with all the credibility and honesty in the world. Nobody had a transfer from the glove to the throwing position as quickly as Bench had. He sucked up balls in the dirt. He was a power hitter. He was a leader. He was the best.